Congratulations on another game show. Good for you. My goodness. So I have to ask you, now that you're a
Yes.
seasoned pro at hosting these things, what did you take from, America Says and then bring it to Split Second? What did you learn? What's the biggest thing you've learned about being a host, game show host?
It's a good question. I was never a game show host in my life. I was an actor, or am one. And
You still are. Don't give that up. Do not give up
yes,
your day
no,
job,
I
my
won't.
friend. Okay. Okay.
I promise I won't. I promise.
Okay.
I think I was sort of I turned the corner as a game show host when I realized that to be a really great game show host, you have to first be a good one.
Yeah.
So it's like, just get the build, just do the basic job, make sure it's actually happening before you start doing curly cues and ornaments, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the trick, and it's probably a good secret of life too, isn't it? But I think once I figured that out, I was much more relaxed and loose, and now it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Which it should be. It has to be natural and feel
Yeah.
good, and I agree with you. And I have to say that Split Second has a Canadian connection, because the original one was hosted by the great Monty Hall. I mean, come on, seriously,
Yes,
right?
indeed. I think it was hosted by him, and it was sort of developed by him as well. So he was the original host, and Tom Kennedy also hosted the show in a different period. But it's a very, very good format. That's why it has gone through two hosts now. I'm going to be the third. The format is great. It's a very fast-paced general trivia show, a little bit like Jeopardy, three contestants, and they have to choose. There's a three-part question, and they have to choose which part they think they can answer more quickly. And the last person to buzz in is the left with the hardest one. So that's the fun part. And for the person who does best in 3 rounds goes into a bonus round where they can win $10,000. That's where they have to face me down directly, and I pepper them with questions. And it can't be very pleasant for the contestant, but it's a lot of fun for me.
Well, exactly, because you're like producer saying, okay, I can tell you the answer, that you know it, right?
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
Yeah.
What is ostrich, you
exactly.
idiot?
Here's the thing, you watch these shows, you watch, Split Second, I'm sure, and Jeopardy and all these kind of trivia shows. And when you're sitting on the couch, you're like, I got it. But my God, I can't imagine what the pressure is like for these contestants when you're standing there in real life. I mean, come on, right?
It is, and I do the show all the time. So I always have to remember that. It's such a good point you're making. That these people are they're traveling all the way to wherever we shoot it. They have to, most of them don't, the men certainly don't put on makeup in their normal day. They have to, and then they practice and practice with contestant producers, and then eventually, after many days, many hours, get onto a set, which is a completely foreign atmosphere for people. It's very weird out there. It looks like you're shooting a rocket to the moon. If you look backwards from a set, it's all these monitors, and it's crazy. And I don't understand how they don't go through it without having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, you need the Zen moment. There's no question about it. I have to ask you, like, listen, I've been such a big fan of yours for forever and ever. All those like Christopher Guest films. I really wish you guys would get together and do something else. You've got to do that for me. But I have to know, Michael, when you have this improv skill that you've had your entire life, how does it help you in situations like being a game show host?
Well, the game show host is what we call in the industry an unscripted show, meaning we basically know what's going to happen, but what I say is up to me, and that's pretty much as true of the Christopher Guest movies. We know what's going to happen in those movies, but there's no dialogue written.
Right.
And so when I get out on the game show set, it is sort of like that, although it's even more like real life, because I'm actually talking to real people. Yeah. The people in the Christopher Guest movies are they're fake people like I am. I'm a actor. It's the opposite of a person.
Right.
So, but I have 8 real contestants. In this show, I've got 3 real contestants.
Yeah.
And I like real people everywhere. I just find people inherently fascinating, because no matter how, if they're an accountant or a dentist, it's like there's so much going on inside, and that's what's interesting to me. And I am genuinely interested in what these contestants have to tell me when I ask them, what do you do? Why do you do that? Is it fun? You know, and maybe that's the part of the actor in me. It's just, I'm interested in people's interior and in their lives. So it comes off on the screen, I hope. So.
Oh, for sure. Listen, we're always interested in you and whatever you do. So keep up the great work. Best of luck with this game show, and come visit us in Toronto. I think it's been a while since you've been here, huh?
A little while. I visited. I love Toronto. I just love it. It's one of the great cities. I mean, it's just great. And I have now a friend up there, and you will see me much more in Toronto. Look around.
We will look around. We'll grab a coffee on the beachfront. Thank you so much for your time today. Best of luck with everything, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thanks. It was so nice. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye.